the long doubles day that's coming through here right now as they're getting towards the very end of it. Let's see if they can get through as Dawg and Cxti are going to be their opponents going into game number 1 of this best of 5. And Godly and Fozey are continuing to try and push to represent Europe here at Dreamhack San Diego.
Ooh, and a fantastic start coming out from the red team, though, as they started getting that gauntlet string built up onto Godly. He's actually getting close to the red here, so there's potential for the red team to get an early lead as Fozey gets a pogo onto Godly. But the team combo sets up for the Sair, and that's going to be the first KO going the way of the blue team. Fozey is so unhurt.
Yeah, Fozey's incredibly unhurt, and he's coming up with those team combos there, even with Godly being so damaged at the very start of the game. Getting those setups so that Fozey can get the follow-ups is leading into those knockouts. And Dawg with the accidental friendly fire there almost takes Cxti off the top of the stage.
The Sairs from Dawg again almost takes out Cxti, but it does result in a knockout onto Godly. But Fozey playing so well in the 1v2, making sure he doesn't land in between them because the red team was looking for the combo.
Yeah, Fozey side 6 Godly there, and then uses that repositioning to get a recovery. Still really, really unscathed here. I feel like the further that we're getting into the bracket, like the more games that Fozey and Godly have to play, the better that they're getting. This ramp up gameplay is so fantastic for them because the more that I watch it, the more I'm like, Fozey, how are you? He's just so good in doubles at not being able to get connected there. That nice down sig gets that knockout. And I didn't actually see what hit Cxti there.
I think it was something from Godly. I think it was like a neutral light that launched him.
And then Dawg interrupted it with the blasters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like a punish, but now still lead for the blue team combo onto Cxti. Goes for the recovery there, but Cxti relatively unhurt as the down sig from Fozey brings Dawg down to the final stocks alongside Cxti.
Yeah, Godly pretty damaged here on the second stock, but at this point, I'm not very concerned for the blue team with how Fozey is playing here. Godly goes in, he's setting up with those neutral lights once again. You can see Fozey and Godly trying to sandwich their opponents in the center of the stage, maybe get something to start with either one of their neutral lights, but no, Godly goes down. Fozey could be taken out here if they're careful about it, but Cxti and Dawg aren't taking that risk off stage, even against Fozey's spear.
Yeah, he made sure he did not go near them. He sat on the wall and was like, I'm gonna wait for Godly to respawn. I want to keep this stock as long as possible as Cxti gets in there, does interrupt so that Dawg doesn't get caught by the combo.
Yeah, Fozey now pretty damaged in the second stock. Dealing ground pound into Godly's recovery means a ton of damage just goes in on the Dawg. Cxti Sair to the right, and they're just focusing on Dawg. And Dawg puts out a ground pound there that's so easily punished by Godly that they can just keep switching the edge guards here. Cxti's gone, and Fozey didn't even need to hit that ground pound. Fozey goes for it anyways, and then the down signature from Godly secures them a 3 stock here at game number 1.
Pretty handedly, but again, it's Cxti and Dawg, who I think we saw earlier actually have a nice kind of comeback where they were able to make what looked like it was going to be a complete stomp go into game 5, if I'm not mistaken. But there's that team combo that really gave Godly and Fozey a nice lead.
Yeah, it was at that moment that I think they really brought it back because Godly had started the game off in red in like 10 seconds.
Oh, it was the
And
Sair.
then we were like, what's Godly going to go down to? Okay, the Sairs will knock him out. And then that weapon throw, this ground pound, there's no reason. He's kind of like, I've got 2 stocks. And that gets to some people, right? Like Fozey really making sure that he knows. Gets that little bit of extra sliver of damage there right at the end. You can see it on the graph actually, where Cxti gets ground pounded. This fight.
You can see that tiny tap right before he gets knocked out. As we get into game number 2, Fortress of Lions again, the map pick for Cxti and Dawg versus Godly Fozey. And Godly starting off, picks up the gauntlets, was starting to chase down Cxti. Cxti currently unarmed, trying to play this edge guard.
Yeah, let's see how this opens up here. Godly not so damaged this time around. They've got Dawg airborne, falls to the side light, no follow-ups after that. And nothing really getting started here as Dawg gets hit by that Sair down to come through. Actually, that disarms him. And Fozey's on the hunt there for that edge guard. Sair finally hits, side stick gets him as he fades back. No dodge available, and Fozey relentless on this chase down on Dawg. Honestly, Duke, I really feel like Godly's here to provide Fozey some setups, but really Fozey is dismantling the team of Dawg and Cxti by himself. Even interrupting that down air just in case Godly got caught by it.
Yeah.
Ground pound hits. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Fozey's like probably playing the best. Oh, nice pickup from Cxti there off the side air from Fozey. Yeah. I'd say Fozey's kind of playing the best 2v2s of the day so far. He's just doing such a good job, both being an aggressive monster chasing after opponents, but also getting so many follow-ups off of Godly. Nice side stick from Dawg, but it launches Cxti the furthest.
Yeah, but Cxti's still on that first stock there, and Godly and Dawg are similarly damaged. So as much as I've been focusing on what Fozey's been doing, Cxti and Dawg have been keeping this very even. If Fozey goes down here and they can get that knockout afterwards on Godly, they have themselves a very good chance of bringing this to a tie set. And it was like you said, when we saw them earlier, they had like a rough game 1 into making a very competitive game 5 run in the sense that they've had difficulty with it. There goes Godly down to 1 stock compared to Fozey's 3.
Cxti and Dawg also had a moment earlier today where they were kind of having some tournament nerves, right? Dawg got the setup with like a Blaster's neutral light, and Cxti missed the follow-up. Didn't miss it that time. Going to pick up the recovery. Cxti and Dawg with the slight lead here.
Yeah, both teams really focused in right now. Fozey going down to 2 stocks. Cxti and Dawg, however, are about a touch away from going down, so that team combo on the Fozey is huge. And Cxti almost gets the dodge read on the Godly, but Godly cuts through, gets the Sair, takes Dawg down to 1 stock, and Cxti has to run for the hills. Nice side light. Doesn't get anything afterwards, and Fozey breaks up the pressure with the down sig.
He catches so many landings with that spear down signature. Even if it doesn't KO, great damage, catches again. That time it's going to take down Cxti.
And now we have ourselves a really deceptive lead situation. Godly deep into the, honestly, early into the red now. Recovery hits. Cxti, okay, down heavy's, okay, Godly by himself. Okay, nice alley-oop. The sider's enough knockback, and that's the double knockout there. I was surprised. That Sair was so close to not hitting team combo. The side sig. It was intentional. Sends Dawg over there to get the setup, but no, Dawg goes back over, denies Fozey of the weapon. And this team situation, this is great. We don't get to see this very often, but Dawg is preventing a weapon spawn by juggling these. Until Fozey interrupts it, there's nothing that can be done. He goes over there just to stop it, and that's a perfect weapon spawn for him, but right away gets caught out of the air by Cxti's D-Light side air. And Fozey, can he make it back?
Oh, tried to go for the trickiness, doesn't quite work out, and Cxti and Dawg win out in game number 2. Very reminiscent of what we saw earlier today.
Yeah.
Again, you kind of pointed out the juggling that Dawg was doing on the left side. Part of why that works so well is he has so much faith in Cxti's ability to 1v1 Fozey. If you don't think your teammate's going to win that 1v1, you're going over there trying to be present, trying to get those follow-ups, trying to get some setups and punishes.
That faith is backed up by the fact that Fozey doesn't have a weapon, right?
Wow.
Like unarmed against Spear or Gauntlets is really, really tough. I mean, unarmed against anything in general is pretty tough. But yeah, you're right. And being able to hold that distance, like with that weapon spawn being so perfect, means that Fozey had to aggress to even have a chance to pick something up. So here we go, back to Fortress of Lions. Cxti and Dawg showing that they have a really good fight in them. And that neutral light catches both Fozey and Godly. And Godly's been starting a lot of these games out, taking the most damage going into these games.
Ooh, went for the setup there, but got interrupted. You saw the side sig come out from Dawg. He really wanted that follow-up, even though it would have potentially hit the teammate there.
All right, let's see if Fozey can do anything with the land. Side light gets interrupted. Dawg gets hit by the dare, but doesn't jump into the neutral signature. Nice recovery. Neutral light catches him. Cxti falls off the Sair. And it would have been nice because the Sair sends it like a slightly spiking angle, so it would have hit on the backside of the down sig, but they're doing such a great job stopping these signatures from finishing.
And now both red team members currently disarmed. Blue team with the weapon advantage. A lot of people in the red, but the side air from Godly not quite enough to take down Dawg. He uppercuts his way up. Did he get the wall touch? Yes, he did. He's
the
back.
Dodge. That was beautiful, but the recovery has enough force. And there's the weapon throw. Cxti sweating. Ground pound hits right as he touches the side of the stage. Can he make it back? He can, and Dawg was there to secure it. Nice recovery, and both blue team members go off the top of the stage. It's a lead, albeit barely, but it's a good one.
Yeah, Cxti holding on to that tiny lead for the red team, but that uppercut almost does it. That recovery from the blue team. Dawg, not sure if he wants to 1v2 or just keep that edge guard going.
Oh, recovery takes Cxti off the top. Okay, even game. Dawg running away. Has the blasters. Nice job. Cxti picks up the gauntlets. A little bit of friendly fire. Okay, Fozey on the right side of the stage. And a lot of Fozey's momentum that I feel like he had at the very beginning of the set has been kind of stripped away as Dawg and Cxti have a better idea of how they want to play against them, and they're really focused firing Godly down.
Neutral light setup. Dude, Dawg and Cxti are so good at like making the idea of a team combo be in the blue team's mind that they're constantly defensive. They're constantly trying to get those interrupts. Nice side sig from Fozey though. And he gets in there, gets in position, gets a follow-up as well.
The weapon throw, Godly getting something to work there. Realizing he couldn't reach with the nair, so we got a bit of extra damage off of that combo from Fozey. Godly goes down, Fozey could go afterwards, but Cxti's also severely damaged. Let's see what's going to happen here. Dawg cycling the weapons, preventing the next spawn for a little bit longer. Fozey catching Cxti in the air with the recovery, and that's a almost perfect spawn for Godly. A little bit of friendly fire there, but he managed to get it, and that was a great read on the jump.
Yeah, saw that chase coming up. Now Fozey holding down the lead for the blue team. He's in the red. He gets the Sair. Could go for more.
No dodge. Cxti goes in there just to help Dawg mix it up. Cxti's still trying to help Dawg get back to the ground. Dawg finally gets there. Disarmed though, and the Sair hits, and Fozey goes right back over to Cxti. No, helping with the edge guard here.
Dawg still holding on to this stock, but he's been chased down. He's just narrowly surviving. Finally picks up a weapon spawn. Tries to interrupt there.
That neutral sig is huge. The Sair cuts through both Cxti and Dawg. Downer spikes. Fozey goes to the recovery, bounces him off the wall, doesn't have enough knockback, but one more of those will certainly do it as he goes out for the hardest read that he's gone for all day. Fozey's just letting that signature button rip.
but he just goes for the neutral line on Cxti's side. Could have potentially knocked Fozey down to his final stock. Godly in the red. Gets the recovery. This looks like game 3 is going the way of the blue team as Fozey goes down. Cxti!
Oh, he caught it and he didn't believe.
Didn't have anything.
The gravity gets the sideline hits. I'm not sure if he had anything. It felt like a moment of like him going, oh, that actually connected. I was just moving in the air. Let's see if we can get it. Cider hits. Can't hit. Can't get caught by another one of those. And
touches?
Barely touches.
But still, I mean, he's deep red. That's gonna do it. Game 3 goes the way of Godly and Fozey.
Yeah, and really well played, and almost a carbon copy of game number 1 there, where we had the situation where Fozey's on 2 stocks. Godly, sure, he was getting beat up, but he wasn't going down, and he was able to set up for Fozey to really be able to clean up a lot of those stocks. And Fozey gets into this mode. I love watching when this happens, where he's just kind of like, okay, we're so far ahead that I'm confident that we can't even lose this, and instead of throwing the game, he just uses a lot of neutral sigs and down sigs. And even though they don't connect, it makes his opponent so worried about the threat of that, and then he still has the ability to play really smart neutral just like that. He was waiting to see, okay, is he going to go back on stage or is he going to jump above me? Am I going to neutral light him or am I going to catch him with a down light? And we can even see Fozey's second stock there plateauing for over 2/3 of that game, where he basically took like maybe 3 hits and then finally went down.
That's the thing that really stood out to me about Fozey. Like you were talking about, he hits this mode where he does blank. To me, it's the mode where he does untouchable. He just goes invincible and just makes sure that nobody can hit him. He's done that so many times. And it's one of the reasons why like this team just continues to do really well is suddenly Fozey just kind of, the switch clicks and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to get untouched and I'm going to just do damage.
So they're going to Apocalypse now. Fortress of Lions was the stage to play on for the past 3 games. Godly and Fozey are at match point, so they win this, and they knock out another North American team here in top 8, leaving it to, I think it would be 3 NA, 3 EU, 1 SA, right? So that would be a really big deal here for Europe as a region. Sidestick catching Dawg on a landing there. Fozey's actually been so great about hitting Dawg. When Dawg's on the right or left side of the stage, he doesn't tend to spot dodge a lot. So Fozey just looks at him and goes like, well, the weapon hasn't spawned yet. I'm going to call you out with a side stick, and he's not reacting in time to jump out of the way. And that recovery just takes him off the top as they really abuse Dawg's positioning.
Yeah, they recognized Dawg being, I guess, the quote-unquote weak link. They just chased him down the entire time. Their Dawg was constantly trying to get away from that and just could not. Nice setup there from Dawg. Second recovery. Cxti keeps that stock count even.
Yeah, that's huge. Dawg ends up going back to that corner, but sets up the downlight sider, and Cxti holds center stage. That's like the first time I've seen that down tick used not off to the side of the stage. What a great read from Cxti. Doesn't knock out. The D-light sider will get the knockout.
Combo.
And the gravity cancel downlight sider into Dare. Neutral light, no Dare follow-up, but Cxti gets a double D-light sider anyways, and Fozey almost at 1 stock in under a minute here. I mean, if they could get the edge guard here with Dawg, D-light recovery would almost certainly knock out. Godly has to help Fozey get back to the stage.
That's such good damage. That's the opposite of what we asked for.
Down airing Fozey was not the play. Fozey thankfully makes it back, but he's still hurting bad this game.
Yeah, I mean, he could be on his final stock here in just a little bit. He needs to find the untouch button, but the Sair from Cxti puts him to his final stock. Doesn't hit the follow-up off the Nair, but Cxti is still on that first stock.
No dodge means, Fozey interrupted the D-light recovery. That one has certainly been Godly's stock. Sidelight comes through. Nice job setting up on Fozey. Fozey has just been the subject of every team combo Dawg and Cxti have. This has been a brutal game for him.
That weapon toss.
Okay, Dawg fades back away to stop getting hit by Fozey's recovery.
Didn't want to give him the double.
Yeah. Fozey playing really well here on this last stock despite those last 2. And he does like the slide charge down stick where the slide's not like full momentum, so he barely goes over the edge and gets the full charge. Really well played. Catches Dawg off guard. No team combo follow-up there, but they're bringing this back. It is a very, very tense situation here.
And I love the decision from Cxti on that save there to go for Fozey, the person who wasn't actively doing the damage, just so he can just stop immediately. Godly gonna get taken out here, but Dawg needs to make sure he doesn't fall. If Dawg falls, I'm not 100% confident Cxti can win the 1v2.
Oh man, Dawg on the right side of the stage gets hit by that ground pound, clashes with the recovery. He has to go on the full aggression here, and Cxti gets through, snipes Fozey with the spear side air, and Fozey bends it all on an unarmed ground pound. The weapon's over there, but he knows Dawg's playstyle. The weapon throw hits Fozey, trying to recover low, then a team combo to the Dare. No falling side air, but Godly now stuck in this 1v2. He has to win this, or else it goes to a game number 5. Weapon throw forward, gets interrupted. Disarm means that Cxti gets 1 nice neutral light, and Dawg's just gonna juggle those weapons until Godly inevitably gets hit, but he gets through.
I think a game 5 is undeniable at this point. Godly deep red, last stock, and the Sayre's gonna do it. We got a game 5.
All right.
And now, the question is it gonna just continue that swinging motion where Godly Fozey win one, then it goes the other way, then they win, then it goes the other way?
That was a very different game than the last 3 that we saw.
Okay.
Because of what happened to Fozey. And so we don't get the highlights of Fozey getting team comboed because, well, maybe we do actually. Oh, well. Because it never led to the stock. But what happened was, and if we look at the graphs of the damage, we're going to see Fozey randomly spike to like 0 to 300,
yeah,
and then live for a little bit, and then go down. That didn't happen in the previous 3 games. So unless that was an anomaly, I'm giving favor over to Cxti and Dawg here, but we're on a very different stage. This is Miami Dome, and the reason why this is such a big deal is because both Spear players here can no longer reach the platforms with downlight without gravity cancel. In a lot of stages, you could cover platform pretty well with Spear. So let's see how that changes here. I also think that Dalsim, Epic Crossover for Rayman, has a lot of really great signatures that utilize these platforms. Like you can kind of do the Asuri side sig with the axe if you wanted to, where you slide off and then go all the way to the ledge. So let's see how that plays out. Dawg taking a ton of damage here in game 5.
Yeah, Dawg is taking the beating, and this is kind of reminiscent of what happened in game number 3, right? Is Dawg spent so long just trying to run away from this blue team. Kind of doing the same here. Nice neutral light. Godly comes in, ends up only catching Fozey with that side light.
Oh, man. Fozey getting hit by the Sayre. Makes it back to the stage. Cxti sent super high into the sky. Oh, and Godly, can he make it back? Nice falling Sayre, but Cxti saves Dawg with an unarmed side light so that that axe sider doesn't send him super far away. Downsig barely surviving. Great angle on there. Barely surviving the Sayre. Both Dawg and Cxti have a chance to be able to make this their lead if they can just stop getting hit by these strong hitting moves. Let's see if they can do it. Recovery hits.
Not enough to KO, but that one will off the soft platform. Dash jump into the recovery. Godly now trying to avoid the 1v2, but Cxti with the recovery is going to give them that tiniest of leads.
And Cxti hit 3 recoveries back to back to back, getting 2 of those knockouts. And Dawg with a double sidelight, he gets the dodge down read, and Fozey gets lit by a ton of attacks from the blasters. D-Light, pivot, Nair, getting the X pivot on that so that the Nair hits both Fozey and Godly, despite the downlight only hitting one of them. And finally, Fozey says that's enough. Neutral sig, pivots, down sigs, gets both of those stocks. But look, dude, look at how damaged they are.
They're getting into the red. Dawg and Cxti goes for something cheeky there with the GC side heavy unarmed.
That would have been so cool. I wonder, now after seeing that and seeing it whip, I can't imagine Fozey's going to let that go. Dawg fully charging the down sig. I didn't even see that animation, but the neutral sig takes Fozey down to his last stock. And this, Duke, is elimination bracket. Godly goes down to his last stock. Dawg and Cxti are healthy here and on the verge of knocking out Godly and Fozey, the highest seeded EU team here at San Diego.
The EU dream quickly becoming an EU nightmare as Godly and Fozey on their final stocks. Dawg and Cxti very healthy on their second stocks. Taza, you keep asking the question of when will people stop discounting the team? I think that time is coming soon.
I mean, if they take down Godly and Fozey here to be able to get in this top 5, Godly gets hit and he is hurting. Makes it all the way back, sweating to the stage. Dawg tries to get a landed ground pound. The neutral light connects, but Cxti lands with a grounded ground pound. Doesn't connect, and Godly manages to get through all of this. Fozey goes for the weapon throw. Can he get the edge guard? He has to get this D-Light ground pound. Fozey is in full carry mode here. Picks up the spear. Godly gets the side sig. All right, it's 1 stocks across the board, and we've seen Fozey do these 1v2 comebacks.
There's a chance. Godly in the red, as long as he doesn't get touched for a hot minute here, he's good. Fozey have plenty of health to play with as the team combo starting to come out.
Nair, Cxti damaged. Fozey gave the dodge reads, but Cxti with the recoveries is so on point. Sidelight Nair, no follow-up. Fozey goes all the way off the side of the stage, and Godly somehow survives the Sayre team combo, and Godly's out. It's only Fozey against Dawg and Cxti, and that D-Light Cider gets him. Cxti and Dawg knock out Godly and Fozey in game number 5 and move on into top 5 here at Dreamhack San Diego. What an upset. That is incredible. I mean, at this point, Duke, it's like, it's no longer a question in the air. That Dawg and Cxti are incredible as a team.
They are such a solid team. They've definitely more than proven themselves here this weekend.